Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking Google reviews from just a passive thing that happens to your business and turning them into an absolute powerhouse for your local SEO and revenue. We're going to dive deep into the real mechanics of digital reputation using the proven methodologies from Clear My Name. Think about this for a second. Before a prospective customer ever even clicks on your website, they've almost certainly already made a judgment about your business based purely on search results. Which brings up a massive question. Who's actually controlling your digital reputation? Is it you or is it the algorithm? Listen, if you're a local business in a crowded market, your reviews are front and center. They're the literal first impression, the public validation, and honestly, the ultimate deciding factor for local consumers. All right, so here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the power of reputation signals, local search visibility mechanics, the customer trust journey, how to spot reputation warning signs, and finally, the Clear My Name process. Kicking things off with Section 1, the power of reputation signals. We are completely redefining what customer feedback actually means in today's search ecosystem. The absolute most crucial thing to understand here is that reviews, they aren't just subjective, nice-to-have feedback anymore. They are hard, data-driven reputation signals. Search algorithms are constantly, measurably evaluating these to figure out your credibility. They aren't just reading a nice comment, they're crunching the numbers. They look at the sheer volume of reviews, the quality of what's being said, how recently someone posted, and the overall sentiment trends to determine if you are a legitimate, active operation. And it's like night and day when you compare the approaches. If you neglect your profile, you're instantly creating these massive perception gaps. That leads directly to low conversion rates, and your business basically becomes invisible in a stagnant ecosystem. But on the flip side, when you actively manage these signals, you build incredibly strong credibility. You actually gain real control over the search results. You shift from just hoping for the best to actively shaping how the world sees your business. Moving right along to Section 2, let's pop the hood and look at local search visibility mechanics and the actual algorithmic impact of your reviews. Search engines are not relying on guesswork, not even a little bit. They are actively hunting for a specific set of factors to decide exactly where you rank locally. Volume tells them you're an established player. Recency proves you're doing business right now, not just writing on 5-star reviews from 3 years ago. Quality and sentiment show them people actually like what you do, and this is huge. The keywords inside those reviews provide amazing contextual data. When a customer naturally uses service-related terms or mentions your city, it perfectly reinforces your relevance to the search engine. Think of these 4 elements, volume, recency, sentiment, and keywords, as interlocking puzzle pieces that build search engine confidence. Continuous, fresh activity reinforces your relevance. This is the exact data search engines use to assess your authority. If just one of these pieces is missing, say, people love you so your sentiment is great, but nobody has reviewed you in 6 months so your recency is terrible, the algorithm's confidence plummets and your ranking drops right along with it. Okay, Section 3, the customer trust journey. Let's shift gears from the algorithms back to human psychology to see how managing your reputation actually builds real consumer confidence. I really want to hammer this home because this is a massive takeaway. Trust formation begins way before any direct contact occurs. Let that sink in. Prospective customers are comparing your reviews, scrutinizing your responses, and literally making purchasing decisions long before they ever pick up the phone or click on your website. Your review profile is essentially out there working or failing as your frontline sales rep, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's fascinating to see how this plays out across the customer journey. In the initial search phase, your review profile is just validating that you exist and that you're operational. Then, during the comparison stage, the quality of your reviews is the literal differentiator between you and the guy across town. And finally, at the decision stage, it's that positive sentiment and your professional responses to any criticism that actually drive the conversion. At every single step, a well-managed profile screams transparency, accountability, and a genuine focus on the customer. Which brings us to Section 4, identifying reputation warning signs. We really need to talk about risk management and the true cost of just sitting back and doing nothing. So many businesses completely ignore the early warning signs until a negative trend has already taken a huge bite out of their bottom line. A sudden drop in ratings, a random spike in negative reviews, or just poor response times. These are critical, glaring perception gaps. And unmanaged issues, they don't just magically disappear. They sit there, actively accumulating negative signals, weakening your entire reputation profile, and literally pushing new customers away. You really have to ask yourself this directly. Is the damage to your reputation costing you more than it would cost to just proactively manage it? Because lost conversions, vanished trust, and terrible visibility create real-world commercial costs that absolutely dwarf the investment of a proactive solution. Managing your reviews is preventative maintenance. Instead of scrambling in panic mode after a major perception crisis hits, a managed approach continuously protects your revenue. All right, our final section, Section 5, the Clear My Name process. Let's introduce a truly systematic way to transform your reviews into a sustainable advantage for your business. Clear My Name uses this precise 5-step cyclical loop. First, you monitor review activity so you can catch any risks early. Second, you analyze the sentiment to make smart, data-driven decisions. Third, you respond to feedback professionally, which instantly improves engagement. Fourth, you actively encourage real, authentic reviews to keep that volume and recency up. And fifth, you maintain profile consistency to optimize how you're perceived in search. It's a continuous, breathing system that perfectly blends local SEO tech with practical reputation management. Every single action you take in this process deliberately pumps up those core reputation signals we talked about earlier. Monitoring keeps a tiny spark from becoming a massive forest fire. Responding limits the damage of a bad review while proving to everyone else that you actually care. And generating new reviews constantly feeds the Google algorithm exactly what it's hungry for: freshness and volume. Sustainable review growth creates this incredible long-term advantage that just compounds year after year. I absolutely love this phrase from the source material: an investment in trust infrastructure. That hits the nail on the head. It perfectly summarizes why professional review management isn't just some flashy marketing tactic. It's the literal, long-term foundation for growing your business. The benefits stack up over time. Your profile gets stronger, more credible, and vastly more influential in how consumers make their everyday choices. If you want this kind of consistent monitoring, strategic responding, and actual influence over your search perception, Clear My Name is the expert partner you need. They provide the certainty that businesses desperately need in these cutthroat local markets, offering a totally reliable way to build your reputation sustainably. I'm going to leave you with this one final thought for today. Take a hard look at your own digital presence right now and ask yourself, are your Google reviews currently a liability to your business, or are they your single most powerful digital asset? The choice of how you manage them moving forward is entirely up to you. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope it gave you some real clarity on building your own trust infrastructure, and we'll catch you next time.